Please welcome Mr. Ian Eddington, who will be introducing the 2013 valedictorian.
All right, you guys expect me to talk about the hardworking, knows the grindstone, doesn't know the meaning of the word procrastination student that won this year's valedictorian award. Such statements would not only be cliche, but rarely would they ever apply to this year's valedictorian. I did look up procrastination, and I'm using it correctly. I've known him for a while, and he's helped a lot of people. He's helped the police to convict a mad scientist bent on taking over the world. He helped to stop a zombie apocalypse. And all of that was just in the completion of his calculus project over a long weekend. So, I'm going to leave the rest of the cliches to the valedictory. And to bring you this year's valedictory is Robert D. Edgren High School's 2013 top student, the valedictorian, Mr. Wesley Bellman. I didn't bring you flowers.
No flowers? What?
Disappointed.
I think I'm too tall for this. Graduates, families, friends, and honored guests, it is my pleasure to deliver this farewell address to Colonel Robert D. Edgren's class of year 2013. I stand here before you with the opportunity to deliver a message to leave all the graduates with, to remember alongside all their high school and childhood experiences. But what is this senior class? Instead of trying to give you some overly sentimental summary of this class's thoughts, how about I just give you 7 of the most renowned tweets from different members of this class. Number 1, finally a snow day. Even though it snows here every day, haha. Number 2, all right, I've had my fun in the snow. You can melt now. Number 3, stop messing with Korean Jesus. He doesn't have time for you. He has Korean stuff to deal with. Number 4, off base, greater than sign, on base. Number 5, hashtag, things I do when I'm bored, Pokemon or Rock Band. Number 6, the gym and I are going to hang out so much this winter, sigh, we haven't seen each other in a while. Number 7, well, I can say goodbye to my A in chemistry tomorrow. I think it's safe to say that the senior class has a sense of humor. We're probably at the point where 21 Jump Street has been quoted way too much. And a sense of humor is great, but seniors, there are 2 things that I'd like to leave you with in this farewell address. First and foremost, I encourage you to take risks. I know you're all thinking, I didn't wear my seatbelt on the bus here, sorry to take risks, YOLO. But, as cool as you are for not wearing your seatbelt, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about trying new things and not being afraid to be too busy. I'm talking about spending less time on Twitter and more time out doing things, challenging things, fun things. Why am I telling you to do this? Most of you about to get jobs and have to study hard in college. Ain't nobody got time for all this other stuff. Unfortunately, this is the opposite of the truth. As Lucille Ball once said, keeping busy and making optimism a way of life can restore your faith in yourself. After all, faith in yourself is what's most important. 6-time Olympic gold medalist Usain Bolt has said, this thing, you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anyone else. Yes, your family supports you. Yes, your friends support you. Don't let life fly by like Usain Bolt does. After all, YOLO. Speaking of the support of your family, I'd like to advocate for the families of the graduates a bit. But parents, before I nag your kids, let me just point out that their childhood is very different from yours. Most of you are from a different generation and may not understand the difficulties your child has. They may not appreciate you despite all you've done for them, but don't be so hard on them. I mean, do you know how hard it is when you buy us a new iPod Touch and we have to start Angry Birds all over again? How about when we look up the movie schedule on the internet and it's wrong? Come on, seniors, you know, You know how hard it is to buy an album after you've already downloaded the single and now you have to pay 99 extra cents? You guys understand the frustration of, sorry, this is not compatible with your device. And I'm not sure parents realize the difficulty of cramming thoughts in 140 characters on Twitter and then having to expand them into 10 pages in English class. So I'm just saying, our problems may seem trivial to you, but we find them, just kidding, they are trivial. So my last piece of advice relates to the Tower of Babel, to which those who attended the baccalaureate last night were well versed in. Remember when God came down to confuse the languages of those who tried to build the tower? He broke the connection between humans. They were no longer able to build this tower without the ability to communicate and get along. That said, the sad thing is that many of we seniors sever communication from each other, even though we all speak English. My best friend and I did this over some silly things last year, and then neither of us were really as ready for track season as we could have been, as we were also training partners. On top of this, many of we seniors refuse the support or don't appreciate it from those who are there for us, like teachers and parents. To quote the President of the United States, "So you've got a business. You didn't build that. Someone else made that happen." Seniors, we would all be surprised at the little things teachers, parents, and administration have done to help get on stage, or get into college, or that scholarship we wanted. Yet I hear, read, and I've even said just too many negative things about the people who are here to help us. So what I'm saying is to appreciate others, don't send others away, and use the support of other people. Now, physicist Niels Bohr once said, "Never express yourself more clearly than you're able to think." And yet another physicist, Werner Heisenberg, said something very similar. He said, "Every word or concept, clear as it may seem to be, has only a limited range of applicability." This is my way of saying that no speech I could give you will properly prepare you for college or the work life. I'm sure most of you brain dumped most of that history and science on Wednesday, but remember the important things. Remember the advice your teachers gave you, the study habits that worked, and those that didn't. Think the things you learned in high school weren't useful, but I'm sure this experience will help you in many ways you don't know yet. With this, I would like to wish the seniors best of luck in your future endeavors. I expect you all to give whatever path you choose. I mean, one of you is going to be in charge of a 5-star restaurant and hit me up with a free meal. Thank you, everyone, and have a pleasant evening.